So a lot of you guys have asked me, how do I maintain my productivity in the sync license industry while also having a little bit of balance and sanity in my life? It's actually something that I have not been great at in my, over a decade long career in sync licensing. In fact, I was way too much of a workaholic for most of it. So I don't know if I'm the best example for how to find balance in your life, but I will say that in the last year or two, I've been getting better. And definitely since coronavirus hit, I've certainly made balance and mental well-being much more a value and a focus, that I'm spending a lot more time ensuring that I have dedicated some time and resources to it. So I'm not just a workaholic going crazy with sync licensing, with Sync My Music, with the YouTube channel here, with my podcast, with all the stuff that I do. So in this video, it's going to be kind of like a day in the life of what I do, not specifics in terms of exactly what I do all throughout the day, but these are the key things that I think really help me stay productive every single day. And I have off days too, just so you guys know, like most of you guys, there are certain days where I'm laying around. I'm really not feeling like doing anything, and whatever it is, it's probably something I ate the day before. I didn't get good sleep. I'm not a perfect human being, of course, but these are the things that sort of keep me, I guess, 80 to 90% of the time on track getting things done. Okay. So if you maybe want to just start following some of these principles, I'm sure at least one of them could probably do some really cool things for you in your daily life. First, I can't recommend this enough. Since I started going to bed early, and this was probably a couple of years ago, I started doing this. Well, actually more like 2016. So we're like 4 years into it now. Going to bed early, and I mean 8 or 9 p.m. at the latest. Usually I try to be in my bed by 8 o'clock so that if I'm going to read or try to just kind of mellow out a little bit, at least by 9 p.m. I'm completely out. And then I usually get up between 5 and 6, sometimes a little earlier, sometimes a little later, depending on how well or not well I slept. But I have to say, just that one change that I made to my routine freed up about 2 to 4 hours every single day of extra productivity time. And I know a lot of you guys are always looking at what I do and go, oh, man, how do you have the time to do what you're doing? Well, if you had an extra 4 hours a day to get stuff done, imagine how much more you could get done. So that's what you do actually when you go to bed early and wake up early. At least for myself, when I stayed up till midnight or 1 or 2 in the morning, I wasn't doing anything really productive. I was probably just watching YouTube videos, just kind of basically entertaining myself, and it really wasn't a good use of time. So now when I go to bed at like 9 at the latest, I've cut all of that unproductive time out of my life. And when I wake up at 5 or 6 in the morning, I'm ready to go. And that's usually the most productive time of the day. Which brings me to my next point, which is that I try to get all of my have to do things done for that day. I want all of that stuff done by 9 or 10 a.m. at the latest, meaning that if there's a project due that day, if there's a podcast I got to record, if there's a YouTube video I really need to get done, whatever is my have to do because there's a deadline looming, I want all of that important work and sometimes the more challenging stuff, I want that done before most people are even waking up. Like that's my goal pretty much every single day. And if I can get all of that have to do stuff done before 9, I have this relief first and foremost. Like I have this relief of like, all right, it's basically like getting your homework done. I got my homework done, and you just get that sense of relief, right? So that burden of the things you needed to get done are off your shoulders. And also it energizes me and it makes me feel like, great, like now I can get ahead of the game. Like now that I have all my stuff that I had to get done, how can I get ahead for tomorrow or the next day, right? So that's one of those things that's really cool, because I find that now, as I've been practicing this for a few months now, actually doing this sort of getting everything done, actually more like a year I've been doing this, I'm finding that I have fewer and fewer things that I have to get done because I'm getting so much further ahead with all of my projects, right? But still, when there are those deadlines and those things that I have to get done, that's usually the first priority of my day right off the bat. So for you guys that are in sync licensing, that might be, creating, the skeleton of a track, or basically creating the whole track. And maybe tomorrow you work on the mixing and mastering, whatever it is. Okay. And throughout all of this process, though, what I do is the next principle that I follow is I make lists. And every single day, I just do it on my computer. Some people write them down, however works for you. I basically make 2 lists, and I have one that's a long-term projects list. These are the things that might take me a couple of months, maybe even a year or 2 to get done. So I always have those kind of on a long-term list. And then I also have a daily, short-term, or a weekly list. These are the things that they're pressing, and they're not just always about professional stuff. It might just be errands I need to get done, or things I got to do for the house, or whatever it is. Go shopping and buy something that I've been needing, right? Or order something online. So these are just my sort of like, hey, these are the things that I got to get done basically by this week. And so I have a list that I write down. Now, when I get them done, I basically delete them off my list. And for me, that feels really satisfying, because when that list gets shorter, I feel like I'm accomplishing things, right? So not only does it keep me on point, it keeps me focused on what I really need to get done for the day, but when I get one done, it's like, that's something I got done. You feel a much bigger, much more realistic sense of accomplishment, rather than just taking a mental list and going, okay, that's done. When you can actually see that come off your list, or for some of you guys, if you want to write it down and then put a big red mark through it, it just gives you the sense of like, I'm going somewhere today. I'm actually getting things done. These are these little mental tricks that for me allow me to feel more energized, as I just said with all the other things that I do. Just knowing that I'm getting ahead on something, that I'm actually making progress, and I can visibly see that list getting shorter because I'm doing things, it just makes you feel a lot more accomplished, and it just gives me more, I don't know, just kind of a rewarding feeling, and it makes you want to keep doing good work and keep being productive, okay? Most mornings when I wake up now, I'm doing some meditation, nothing too deep, usually 10 minutes at the most. Usually I just try to be present. Sometimes I'll do just a lot of positive self-talk. I'll basically be giving myself a pat on the back for 10 minutes straight, because it's one thing that I'm not necessarily great at. I'm a lot of times, maybe you guys are surprised by this, but I can be very self-critical. I'm sometimes a perfectionist and think that I have to get everything right. And I don't like to admit that I make mistakes. So to counteract that, to do a sort of like a conscious 180 of that, sometimes in that 10 minutes, I'm just sort of like patting myself on the back on the things that I've gotten done, on my skills, on my strengths, on the things that I've, one of the things I'm doing right now actually is printing out all the positive just emails and testimonials that you guys have sent me over the years. And I'm going to create a huge just board of all of these like really cool stories and all these ways that my programs have like helped you guys, because sometimes I need to remind myself of the good that I do in the world and the positive impact that I've had on human beings and other people, right? So this is something that I do every day. Sometimes I'll also take that 10 minutes to just do gratitude, just be thankful, list all the things and people and everything that I'm possibly grateful for, just being able to breathe, being able to enjoy sunshine, just real simple things that sometimes we take for granted. Oftentimes we take for granted. And other times in that 10 minutes, I'm just trying to be present. And if there's any thoughts, any distracting thoughts or any sort of nagging, like, hey, you got to get this done later, I try to just let those go and realize that's just the thought. I'll deal with that later. Right now, I just need to stay present. So whatever I do in that meditation, I can't do it wrong. That's basically my rule. It doesn't even if I'm completely distracted and I do for the entire 10 minutes think about something I'm supposed to do and I'm totally not present, I didn't do it wrong. I never beat myself up for it. I just at the end of it realized, wow, I was really distracted for those 10 minutes. That was not a very present 10 minutes, but hey, that's something that I'm now aware of. I'm aware that sometimes my brain can just take me on these little rabbit holes and kind of get me really distracted and not living in the present. So I still win with that situation because I became aware that that's what my brain was doing. So I go really easy on myself and I really take that 10 minutes just for myself to kind of energize everything. Obviously, I like to take a walk in the morning. I obviously have my dog. We like to go to the park, get some sunshine, get some fresh air. I like to do just a little bit, not rigorous exercise in the morning, but maybe about 20 or 30 minutes of just a nice soft walk and just kind of just gets your blood flowing in the right direction, helps you feel really good. So sometimes I'll work before that walk. Sometimes I'll take the walk before I get to work. That's never a sort of like ritual thing. I just kind of take it as the day presents it to me. Sometimes my dog is just sleeping for many, many hours, so I actually don't walk her until she actually gets up. So it just kind of depends on what the day presents me. My health is obviously a top priority, speaking of taking a walk. So, eating well, I've talked about that so many times, exercising, trying to do a little bit of exercise every single day, even if it's minimal, just something to get your blood pumping, something to give you that sort of like feeling of like, a little bit of exhaustion. It's a really, really good thing. Going for long walks, really, really important. And of course, sleep, trying to get your full, if you can get the 6 to 8 hour sleeps, that's usually what I shoot for, is about 8 hours. For me, it just makes all the difference. If I get crappy sleep and I'm waking up all throughout the night, or I wake up sometimes and can't get back to bed, the rest of the day is sometimes on a little bit of a slump. So for me, sleep is so much of a priority that I really focus to get to bed to get to bed at the same time every single night. Use that white noise machine to block out noise, minimize any possible wake up things, muting the phone, taking the phone away from me, that kind of thing, right? Anything that that might get on your mind, including, one thing I'm doing now is I do not check my emails, or I don't try to. Sometimes some of you guys have gotten responses from me later than this, but I try to stop. I try to stop responding and even looking at my email inbox after around 3 or 4 p.m. every day. Mostly because sometimes if there's, a big situation that happens or something that could be, let's say a customer that's mad at me for something, that can really get into my psyche and it can make me not sleep that night because I'm like, man, I really don't like that this customer was mad at me or that they didn't enjoy their service or whatever. And it just gets me thinking about a lot of things. And so to try to make sure that I don't have a lot of my work coming, even though I work from home, but having the work coming to bed with me essentially, is I try to cut off my contact with social media and my email and a lot of things basically from 3 p.m. on. I really try to make sure that if something happens and it's a little bit, nerve wracking or anxiety driving, I want to get that, I'm going to go through that in the morning so that I have a lot of good energy and then I can kind of process that. And by the time the night comes, maybe I've gone through an exercise, I've kind of sweated a little bit and I've a little bit, I've distanced myself from that initial, the kind of chaos that can sometimes happen when you run a business. If those of you run a business, you guys know how much of these sometimes fires you do have to put out on a daily basis. It's just a part of running a business, right? After that, I do like to use reminders. Okay, so reminders are so important. So I use Google Reminders. I have my phone, where you just basically say, remind me tomorrow at 2 p.m. to do this or do that. It's been probably the most useful feature on my phone that I've ever used because for the most part, it frees up mental space, right? So that I don't have to remember, oh yeah, but tomorrow at 2, I got to have that interview, or tomorrow at 4 o'clock, I got that appointment. I don't like to hold all these things in my head, right? It's just holding something in my head and it's just kind of stressing me out and always just gnawing at me like, don't forget. So I like to use reminders. I use technology for my reminders, and that way I can just, as soon as I know there's something I got to remember, I put it in my Google calendar, or I put it on my phone, wherever I feel like it's best for me. I set the reminder and then I forget about it. And then I can just move on with my day and put that out of my head. So reminders have been so great for me in just freeing up a lot of mental space and not having to remind myself of all of these other things that have to be done, especially when I'm talking about, running a YouTube channel, running Sync Academy, Sync Edge, the Syndicate, my podcast, and obviously, everything else that I do within my personal life and family life and stuff. There's so much, obviously, to remember with all of those things going on. So reminders and using this technology to sort of outsource that part of your brain, can't recommend it enough. Why not? Why do you want to hold on to all these things? It's not really doing much for us anyways. Let a computer do that, okay? Let them do that heavy lifting. So with that being said, guys, those are my top principles for how I stay motivated and on track and productive basically every single day. Obviously, the biggest one is your health though, because you could do all of these things, but if you're eating nothing but cereal and Cheetos and drinking soda, you're not going to make it. I mean, you're just not going to last long to be able to get to the point where this could be something you're doing every single day. So it is also about pacing yourself. I am not really a fan of these, I've seen these people that are like, you have to, super boost your productivity. Like every microsecond of the day needs to be absolutely optimized so that you're being as productive as possible. For me, that doesn't work, okay? I like to be a human being because in the middle of all this stuff, I take breaks. I'll take a nap. I'll go for a walk. I'll do some exercising. I'll read a book. I'll watch a YouTube channel, a video. I'll hang out with loved ones. I'll hang out with friends. I'll have conversations. I'll call somebody. I play with my pets, my cat, my dog, I like to do things that are not involving productivity and like getting as much as you can out of this. For me, that doesn't work because I know that that's just a recipe for burnout. I've been there before. I've tried that kind of stuff before. I've been completely addicted to this productivity religion that's out there. For me, it doesn't work. It might be work for other people and I wish them all the best with it. But for me, I like to have more of the balance, like where I have some productivity time. I have some serious focus time. That's what I do in the mornings, get that stuff done before 9, 10 a.m. But then I also like to have playtime. I just call it playtime, where I'm just reading a book for fun, or I'm just watching a video that has nothing to do with sync licensing or my business. It's just something like, like lately I've been looking into weird stuff like, a lot of quantum physics. I wanted to learn about like statistics, probability, which is kind of like, not necessarily what you think you would watch just to unwind, but I find I want to kind of learn a bunch of different fields of study, and I want to be more well-rounded, just to be able to draw from all these different ways of thinking about the world. And I don't know why, I just am feeling drawn to kind of learn this stuff right now. So that's what I do sometimes, just kind of unwind. At other times, I'll just listen to a funny podcast, funny YouTube videos, and just try to have some balance in my life. Okay. So with that, that's my sort of principles for how I stay productive, how I do what I do in this business. Now, you shouldn't just copy me just because it is something that I said. you're going to have a different path, right? You're going to have a different way, you're going to have a different method, but maybe one of those things you haven't been doing, like maybe the meditation, maybe you've never done meditation. You're like, oh, that's hocus pocus. That's for all these, Zen Buddhist hippies out there. That's not for me. Give it a shot. I mean, it's free, right? It doesn't cost you anything. It costs you 10 minutes of your life. You can probably scale out, figure out how to get 10 minutes of just quiet time. See how you feel after it. If you feel better, keep doing it. If it didn't work for you, don't do it again, right? Anything that you can possibly try to experiment on yourself to find out what's the best path for you. That is what I recommend. So hope you guys found this useful. Thanks so much for watching.